Hi everybody, my name is Jan Dufour and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Today I'm going to show you how to make a pinwheel card. And it's kind of cool because it just keeps flipping and giving new messages, and it fits in a regular envelope. So I'm going to go ahead and give you some of those measurements. I will down below post the Word document that has all those instructions on there. Just a brief public service announcement. First of all, my name again is Jan Dufour and my email is jandufour@yahoo.com. The name of my blog is stampmesilly.com. Actually now my company is Stamp Me Silly LLC. I'm so proud. You can order from me if you don't already have a demonstrator at jandufour.stampinup.net. We have a new catalog coming out. I mailed out 30 catalogs today to people who have ordered from me previously. And inside there's a card of thanks that they can reuse, and also the Celebration catalog, which I can't show you. I can show you the new mini catalog cover, that's all. But there's a bunch of little things here you can look at and say, those are cool. And there's all kinds of things to look at in there. But anyway, if you have not ordered from me recently, you can email me again at jandufour@yahoo.com and ask me for a free catalog, and I'd be happy to mail it out to you. And for those of you who say you are not crafty, I challenge you, you can do it. Ask me how. So I will put that away and get going on business. Again, this is the card that we're making. It stands up. You can see down in there. So it's got some pretty papers that we're using. The supply list, again, will be on the Word document that I'm going to leave there. But we're using As Sweet as a Peach. And we're going to use the statements, have a peachy day, sweet as a peach, and thanks so much. You can use whatever you like. You can use whichever stamp set you like. And you'll get the idea of why you need multiple things as we move along. I'm going to just leave that open. I have most of them already mounted. So what you will need besides the stamp set is Calypso Coral. And I just used... Okay, somebody's hiding my Calypso Coral. I'll be right with you. There it is. I had to open a new pack. That's why I couldn't find it. And you only need half a sheet, if you can believe it, to make this. So along the 11-inch side, we're going to cut it at 5.5 and put aside that other piece because we don't need it. You are also going to need some DSP of whatever flavor you want. This obviously matches the Sweet as a Peach. And the most important pieces that you need are a 4.5-inch square. If it is directional, be aware. This side is not, and I actually want this to be inside. I'll show you how to do that. So the direction doesn't actually matter. And then you need 4 pieces that are 2 7/8 by 4 1/4. And the way you get these is with the 1/2 sheet. So I'm going to show you how you get that. Let me move this out of the way before I cut it. So you're going to go ahead and take the 8.5-inch side and put it in and cut it in half, which is 4 1/4. That's a familiar size. These are the 2 side pieces that we usually mount on a card. I'm going to rotate them and cut each of these in half, which is 2 3/4 or 2.75. And those are actually just in half. And you do it again on the other piece. 2 3/4. There we go. I think I can set this aside, yes. So you have your 4 pieces. I lied, I do need my, you either need something to score with, and you can use your Stamp and Score or in this case, I'm just gonna go ahead and use, make sure you're not using the cutting blade. I'm just gonna go ahead, and you want to score it at 1, whoops, and you want it to be straight if at all possible. 1, and at 2, and at 3. Can you guess what we're doing here? And at 4, which leaves you with a 1/2 inch section. Now I can put this away. And that's where the glue is going to go. So go ahead and burnish, and you have to think about what you want on the inside. If you want the peaches to show, that's fine. I don't. So I'm going to actually burnish it this way. And it's kind of counterintuitive because you're kind of folding and hiding this section, but the hidden section, the section that shows up, are what you can see. So that's okay. And there we go. I'll put that away. So you're going to apply some glue on that 1/2 inch piece only. Don't need a lot. You can see I've got it folded down on the score line closest to that 1/2 inch panel. And then you can just simply fold the other side down, and you know that you have a square. And I use our multi-purpose glue because you have time to move it around if it needs to be moved. So you end up with a box. In this particular case, it doesn't really matter where the end is. A lot of times where they joined, we try to stick that in the back, but it absolutely does not matter. So you're going to start by placing glue, and this is important, on the box, not on the square of papers, cuts of paper, because you will not know which part is hanging over and not sticking. So I'm going to lay this over this section here, and I don't want that part to stick. So it's really important that you lay down right to the edge and press it down. And then just scoot it sideways. And you always want to have the extra piece that's hanging over to the right side. In other words, don't do this, because then it won't work. So continue to put the glue on the section on the left. Lay it down. I either cut these too short or I cut the other piece too long. So we'll figure that out. It doesn't matter right now. So you lay that down. And again, because I didn't lay glue on here, I can keep flipping, which is a good thing because that's what we want. Go ahead and lay some more here. Let me measure this just for fun. So that's 2 3/4, which is right, by 4 1/4. So obviously this piece was wrong, but that's okay. Because actually it'd be kind of interesting to see if you do have it sticking out. That would be a little bit different. I've seen these done all kinds of ways, different methods of figuring out what to do next. This one I didn't scoot down all the way, and I should have. And I think it's going to be too late. I'm going to try it though. I think I picked up maybe a scrap to do the square, and I shouldn't have. See how messy that is? It's okay. I'm going to fix it. First, I'm going to do this one. See, our dye goes all the way through the color of the paper. I'm going to line it down up in the bottom, which is what I was doing with the other pieces, and I didn't do it on the very first piece. And I didn't realize I was really off. So, and of course, this other piece has glue on it, so I have to fight it a little bit, but that's okay. I got it. All right. I don't think I'm going to use that piece. I think we'll go with this one. All right. And to fix the goofy mistake I made, I'll make sure the instructions are correct. I'm just going to cut this side off so that it is in fact even. So we'll just put that along here and cut off that top part of the box. All right, it's all fixed. If I hadn't shown you that on camera, you would never have known. So what you end up with, it's not quite dry yet, is a pinwheel. And so that means that each side, as you flip through it, can be decorated separately. Now you can go nuts on this. You can do whatever you like. I just cut, let's see, make sure I don't mess these up because these are separate. Okay, this is one, this is an extra, that's extra. This is a great way, I'm trying to get a couple different looks here. It's a great way to use up your scraps. There's a new one. And then, yeah, that's a little bit different. Whoops. But essentially, I've cut these 4 by 1.5 so that there's a border all the way around. And I've got more than I need here, but we're just gonna start decorating. So one of the things you have to decide is what, I mean, it's fine. You can flip around and have them see whatever side you like. But when you load it into the envelope, for me, this is a thank you. So I want the thank you side up. If you just want to have a peachy day, then you would have this side up, or no comment and just have this side up. And things do stick out, so you have to be aware. But because I'm using the DSP, it all blends in with each other. So, you know, keep that thought in mind. So I'm just going to start, and again, these are directional, some of them, although this piece you can't hardly tell. Let's see, I guess the peach is going this way. All right, there's only one full peach, it was hard to tell. So go ahead and we're going to lay this down, and we're going to stamp just a few sentiments. I put on there the coordinating die, and again, just to show you, there's happy birthday, thanks so much, sweet as a peach, and then there's all these little ones, thanks for being as, and then sweet as a peach, hope your day is as sweet as a peach. It's your day, let's celebrate you, hello friend. There's a ton of sentiments on here, but I've chosen the ones that I have. And so I guess before I continue on, because I kind of want to know what I'm getting into, I'm going to do some stamping. And again, not so much important what goes where right now, because you're just going to be either cutting them out or you know, making a banner out of it. You can use any punch. It doesn't have to be the one that I am using here, but just because I have it here, I'm going to try not to get my head too far in. And luckily I can adjust the punch later. So that one, and then I'm just gonna add this one, sweet as a peach, on the back side of this, because I do not have to be worried about lining it up. And I'm gonna punch these out. Sweet as a peach, and I'm gonna just put that aside because it's dirty. I'm going to actually stamp a peach. This particular ink stamp set is what they call distinctive. Doesn't have them. I'm sure it's distinctive. It has to be. It's too pretty not to be. They don't have it on here though, so maybe it's not. But they sure borrowed things that look distinctive. And I'll show you another one later, but distinctive means when you look at it. Now, this is evenly put down on the stamp pad. There are places where there is no ink, and there are places where there's a lot more. And it's the kind of etching that Stampin' Up! Figured out years ago. And I think the industry is kind of caught up and is using their examples, but as you can see, it's not perfect, and that's good because it makes it look more realistic. So that's it for that color. We're going to take, that was Calypso Coral. This is Pear Pizzazz. And I'm going to use this for the stamp set, or the stamp that says, thanks so much, because I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. So I'm going to do this on a separate piece. I think I'm just going to make a banner like I did, but who knows? And I'll put that down. And then I'll use the same color, Pear Pizzazz, which is a coordinating color of what's in the DSP. And I'm going to put some leaves on my peach. There we go. And then I can decide how big I want it as I'm constructing. But we will get away those things that we can accidentally stick our thumbs in. That, for example. I'm going to go ahead and punch out let's see. I think I'm going to do Sweet as a Peach off-centered. See how far up I can get without falling off. We'll do that. And then this one I will just kind of center. It's kind of crooked, but we can fix that by making it punch crooked. All right. Another key thing for this particular card is you don't want a lot of bulk, particularly not in the center. Here. When you feel it, I kind of tried to put something up here. This is flat. This one's kind of all over. This one's kind of up there, but the thanks so much is a little bit lower. So just so that you don't have everything bulked up in the same spot. So now that I have this, I am also going to stamp, which I forgot to take out, the little, oops, and I love that Stampin' Up! Does this with their polymer stamp sets, is now they have the guide right on there. So I can tell right away, I've got 1, 2, 3 missing, 4 missing, 5 missing. So I can tell what's not there. I don't have to like count them and say, hopefully they all belong in the right spot. So on this one, I'm going to cheat it a little bit. You'll notice there's 3. I'm going to take the biggest one, and using this, I'm just going to tap the flower on the corner and then put it on here. And it also would like to have the little center. And because there's already dye ink in there, I'm going to put it again on top, and it darkens it a little bit, makes it look really good. All right, so that Sweet as a Peach is done. And have a peachy day. Thanks so much. I could use another punch, but I think I kind of like the flag idea. So for those of you who've never done a flag before or are not sure, I'm going to cut this down. And because I want it to be straight, I'm going to do it this way. And we'll take off a little bit up here. Oops, I want it straight though. All right, so this is kind of banner style. And I want the flag part on that side. I'm just going to go ahead and cut this straight up. The trick is you go about halfway in between, and it doesn't have to be perfect. And you cut, and then you go from corner to the split, and the corner to the split. And then you have a cool little flag here. All right, let's get rid of this. I think I told you once and for all a bunch of times ago, but I think I mean it now. All right, let's decorate. This is the fun part. So again, knowing that I can see this and the part that's going to eventually be there, I want to keep that in mind. So I think I'm going to do something that's a shorter one. Something that's too many peaches. I think I'll do the blue one. So to actually glue it on, I'm going to switch it over. even though I'm not really done the other one yet, just so that I can put that down. And again, there's a little border around it. And then we can go back here and say, okay, now what else do we want on here? We could do Sweet as a Peach, because there's peaches over there. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I was using mini dimensionals, but it's really not necessary, because there's plenty of stuff and they're really not that different in height. There is some difference. But since I'm not gonna do it on all things going in here, I feel pretty good with just doing the regular. So I don't want it to be just plain. So I think I'm gonna, I'm looking at pieces here. Could do this. You can't really see the peach then. And I think, you know, a long time ago in scrapbooking, I used to do this a lot. Tear your paper, it used to be a thing. Or you can use your scissors and run it along the edge. Now DSP does have some white in it, and that's okay. So I think I like that there. It's kind of bringing in the peach, but it also has a little bit of the blue from over here. And you can't really tell if the peach is upside down, so I'm going to put it on this side because that's where I want it. And Sweet as a Peach is going to go, and I am going to go a little high because I'm going to go low later. So that side's completed. Now I already started on this one, and I think this is the one where I'm going to put this. I keep lying to you. I'm going to use my scissors. I hope I cut straight. We'll see how this ends up. All right, I did pretty good. I think I want to use this here, and I want to bring some green in maybe. So I'm going to do this. This would probably not be a good project to use ribbon on. Or even bling. I thought about putting bling where I put that little flower instead. And I thought, I'm not sure I should do that because I think that's too much. Now, we do have some sequins, I didn't think about those, that are not real dimensional, I guess is the word I'm looking for. Now I need something over here, and these sweet little peaches. I haven't got anything on that yet. These sweet little peaches will look cute. Or should I put the flowers? Oh, see, this is the hard part. We have to decide stuff. I think I will, because this pattern is so small, I think I'm going to go with the picture of the flowers. These are dimensional, or directional, I guess. Now the leaves are all floating all over the place. So I'm going to slip it over and put this in. Now you don't have to make it so that it has a frame if you want to keep it the 4 1/4 by 1 3/4. That's what size you would make it if you didn't want a border around it. So there's that side. So now we could do have a peachy day and have some of this, and oh, should we do peaches? We could do peaches. Do we have anything over here yet? No, but you'll see that little peach flower, so that's okay. All right, so we're gonna put this here, and we're almost done. It looks like it's really hard, but it's not. Hopefully my directions will clear up anything I have not communicated well to you. And I think previously I did use I've got it down as optional, but I did cut out some of the little, there's little peaches. There's a set of 3, but when you cut them out, they cut out individually. And then I just ran, I want this one. I just ran some green through, I think I want that. And I don't think I'm gonna pop this one up. I think I'm gonna do it to the thanks so much, because that's gonna be, this is really a thank you card. So, so we'll do have a peachy day, and then I'll do a little bit on here. And I want it mostly off. Oops. My fingers are getting a little sticky. I usually have a little sponge that I keep just water on so I can de-stick my fingers if necessary. But I cleaned my desk. So I put it away. That was silly. One should not clean too often. It gets too crazy. So there you go. And I think I'm gonna do, oh, that'd be pretty. Do I have, let's see what's gonna happen over here. I wanted to do this one. Oh, I was gonna put blue over here, which is okay. I can still put blue here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do the blue here. Or here. I think I'll do it here because I'm gonna put the thanks so much down here. And actually, so this looks like I'm ruining it, and I kind of am, but I'm going to fix it. I need it a little bit shorter, so I'm going to from the edge to the snip in the center, edge to the snip. Oops, I'm not at the right angle. There we go. I'll get that out of the way, because I want it down here with the blue, and I've already got a flower going on over there, so I don't think I'm gonna put anything else except maybe some stray pieces down here. We'll see if I can come up with something brilliant. As you can see, even though I prepared for this card, it's still kind of a, I'll look at the other one and it's not gonna be the same, which is cool. Now that kind of looks cool because with this down here, so I think I'll do that. I think this is the final piece. Yep, that's all over the place. And I am gonna pop up the thanks, or thank you, because they're bigger. I just need to do that. Let's see. I was telling my husband, if you see these, they're mine, but you can have them. They show up everywhere. My grandchild was here and he was walking around in his bare socks. He picked up a bunch of them and took them home with him. His mother was going, what are these things? So there you have it. We're done. The question is, do I want, I'm thinking this one is a little on the boring side, and because that's the first thing you see, I like that. So let's see. I got some stripes I can no, not that color. I want some of that, maybe. No. I'm thinking I want a strip of, or a piece of Pear Pizzazz. Because of the green, I guess. I want a little bit more. And I'm gonna lift, and you can do this if you're careful. You can actually lift up, slowly pulling away. Very gently pulling away from the dot. Let's see, I think I want this like, yeah, like that. So I'm still lifting the dot. I might put a little piece of glue on it, just to make sure that it stays adhered, especially since it's the going to be the first one that you can see. Yeah. And then how about a little added glue right there. There. I think that adds a little bit of interest. There you go. Simple as that. Yes, there are a lot of pieces, but if you go into your stash of pieces, I don't know how you keep your pieces. Lots of people do it different ways. I have bunches of sentiments in here from various pumpkins, paper pumpkins, and different cards that I made additionals of. So, you know, I go in there, and then my scraps I actually have sitting right on top of my paper with pieces that I pull from, and I do use them. And because it's at the top, I use it first because that's the first thing my fingers touch. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. Again, if you have any questions, you can email me at my name. I'm looking frantically for the little piece of paper, which I can't find. Email me at jandufour@yahoo.com. Oh, it's not there. Or go to my blog, stampmesilly.com, and there'll be a link there to email me. And if you do want to order or get a free catalog, you do need to email me to let me know. But if you want to order, you can go directly to my, I found it, to my website at Stampin' Up, which is jandufour.stampinup.net. Thanks a lot, guys. Hope to see you here back again soon.